ears were a wide crescent. His face, even under the shade of his circular-brimmed hat, was pale. He must be hot, Matthew figured. The man looked toward the ditch almost as though his name had been whispered. His eyes were hidden behind round, dark-lensed glasses. "Hello," the stranger said. His voice reminded Matthew of dry leaves rustling across autumn earth. "How are you today, young man?" "Good," Matthew answered. The man smiled. "What's your name?" "Matthew." Matthew shifted his weight from one foot to the other. He clutched a handful of grass. "Well, Matt, where are you traveling to?" "To town." "Why are you going there?" "To buy gum and licorice." The tall man nodded. "Now that's a very noble pursuit." He ran a finger below his eye as if wiping away a tear. He was wearing black leather gloves. Matthew wondered if his hands were soft. He didn't know anyone who wore gloves during summer. The man smiled again. "Tell me, Matt, have you ever ridden in a truck?" "Sure, lots of times," he said, nodding. "Would you like to ride in my truck?" Matthew let go of the grass. He looked to the east, down a long straight road. "Mom and Dad are coming along soon," he explained. The man was silent, as if what Matthew had said required deep thought. "Wouldn't you like to beat them to town? Wouldn't that be nice?" Matthew narrowed his eyes. "It would, wouldn't it?" The man's soft voice carried easily across the space between them. It seemed to Matthew that the stranger was whispering right into his ear. "I can see that gum too, Matt. It's on the second shelf in the pool hall candy counter. Red hand chewing gum. It's pink, it's wrapped in wax paper, and it's in the shape of a cigar. It's waiting for you. Would you like to see it?" Matthew's tongue explored his moist cheeks. He shifted his weight from side to side. The man opened the passenger door and gestured. "Your place is here." He paused. "The gum is waiting for you." Matthew breathed in and walked slowly up the ditch. He stopped on the road, looked in the door. "Go ahead." Matthew peered at the dusty seat. He pictured the gum sitting on the shelf, saw himself pointing, saw Mr. Parsons reaching for it. He would get to town so much faster with a ride. He stepped onto the mud rail, then pulled himself into the truck. The door closed softly. The stranger was seated on the driver's side. How had he gotten there so quickly? The man sat still momentarily, humming softly and rubbing his chin as though pondering deeply. Then he slid the gear shift down. They rolled smoothly ahead. Matthew couldn't remember him starting the motor. The man's skin, which showed between the glove and the sleeve of his coat, was the color of the moon. Muscles writhed beneath that ivory layer as the stranger turned the wooden steering wheel, and they headed to the middle of the road. The truck accelerated gracefully. Weeds became a yellow blur. The engine was a distant hum. Matthew heard a muffled rattle. He peeked through the oval-shaped back window. A stack of red clay jars, about the same size as his mum's honey pots, were all tied together. They glowed. Or was it the way the sun caught their sides? A pink hair ribbon was trapped under one, flapping. Beside them were several bundles wrapped in burlap. Strips of shiny metal, about 6 inches wide and 6 feet long, sat piled on the far side. "D'you like being young?" the man asked. Matthew didn't understand the question. He examined the stranger's smiling face. After a moment's thought, he answered, "Yes." "I was never young," the man said. He tipped his hat back, showing glistening white hair. "Do you believe me? I was never young." Everyone was young at one time. Matthew knew that. His father had once been a little boy, and his mother a little girl, and even his grandma had been a kid long before her skin wrinkled and sagged and her teeth fell out. But he also knew that adults understood more about the world than he did, and he trusted in the wisdom of the giants who hovered above him. I think I believe you." The pale man nodded. The windows were rolled up, the cab grew hot, and the air smelled stale. Sweat lined Matthew's forehead. They drove on, and over time he grew more comfortable with the stranger. They passed an abandoned farm, the house gray and paintless, windows black like empty eye sockets. The wind had ripped the shingles from the roof. The barn leaned to one side, threatening to collapse. Matthew knew the drought had killed this place. It was a monster made of dust. It had dried up the crops so the cows couldn't eat, and driven away the folks.